my channel, Creative Isha. First of all, I give you a motivational code. Hope you guys like this code. The desire for God is the most universal and deeply rooted commercial instinct of the human race. Today we are be getting up close and personal with one of the most desired things thought of the history. Pirates have plotted for it, explorers have searched for lost cities made of it, fine jewelers and fashion houses create beautiful from hint investors. Traders and even tech companies need it. Yes, we are talking about gold. And the world alone carries a weight. Gold has been highly valued since the very beginning of civilization. But why exactly is that? How can a shiny rock that can fit in the palm of your hand be worth the same as a car? Before we are going to answer that question, we need to talk about the history of gold, how it became valued, how rare it really is, and if the value is keep growing further in future. If you don't subscribe to my channel, just subscribe. Okay, let us get back to our video. It's been used as a mean of exchange longer than any of the world's existing currencies, and because we take for granted that gold is the measure of wealth, you may have never even asked yourself how it came to be so valuable in the first place. If this question has crossed your mind, you probably came to the conclusion that it's worth what is over currently $2,742 on ounce for pure or 24 karat gold. In India, 58,920 rupees for same 24 karat gold simply because it's rare and pretty. Also, gold has maintained a high value for thousands and thousands of years. 6,000 years ago in 4000 BC, gold was already being used in Egypt, where some kings write that gold was as common to find as dirt. 5,000 years ago in Mesopotamia, gold was first used in jewellery. In 1091 BC, small squares of gold called yen were used as currency, which was followed by the ancient Persians and ancient Greek. Using gold coins at that time, many Greek philosophers like Plato and Aristotle believed that gold was a dense combination of two things, water and sunlight, and through the observation about gold showing up in running water was pretty spot that science was a bit off. Scientists believe that all the gold on earth is originated from the explosion of a collapsing star. Yes, you hear it right. The shiny ring on your finger and the gold tooth in your grandpa's mouth were created as the result of a supernova millions of years ago. Gold particles were mixed into the cosmic cloud that formed the earth, but that gold sank to the center of our planet. Near the core, over time, the gold peppered its way out of the earth and has been brought closer to the surface and deposited in veins by warming and cooling water as a result of shifting fault lines. Some of these veins surface while erosion and water carry small golden nuggets from those veins downstream, which explains why gold is often found in moving streams, like for example the gold frogs found in the American River in 1848 by John Sutter, on event that kick-started the gold rush, which brought around 300,000 people to the well-golden state, resulting in $81 million worth of gold being mined in less than a 10 years period. Also, it's difficult to extract mining. Gold has never been easy in the old days. Gold prospectors used to pan for it. And even today, old-fashioned images of miners had heads digging underground in the South Africa or deep down muddy holes in Brazil still exist, but a lot of time the process isn't so labor-intensive but relies on a heavy, expensive machinery either way. If you wanted to get a gold mining operation underway, you need a lot of capital, and it's just the mining. Identifying a gold mine can take a decade and requires highly qualified experts, including chemists, geologists, engineers. On top of the gold, prospectors have to pay government for license to explore it, and they ended up the result less than 1% of all areas prospected end up as profitable mines. So it's no wonder that whenever miners do literally hit gold, they demand high prices. At the moment, China is the world's biggest gold producer, accounting for 12% of world production, with Australia and Russia taking the second and third spots. Also, it's the perfect metal for making jewellery. Of all the things gold goes into, we are gonna start with the jewellery, not only because it's the oldest use of gold that we know of. Also, 50% of gold that's mined today still goes into this original use, making things look blinky. In 2019, that was around 4,100 tons of went into jewellery, and it just so happens, if you ask jewelers to come up with a imaginary metal, that would be the dream to work with. They wouldn't even have to invent one that probably just named gold. That's because it tricks literally every box, and its desirable characteristics go beyond just looking pretty. Also remember that gold is being used as a store of wealth for over 2,500 years, with a history like that. There is no currency or company can compete with that. And with important customers like central banks as well as the world's best known fashion houses, there is no reason to think its price is going anywhere but up. In the long term, tech companies need it so well. We all know gold's pretty, and people are confident that it will keep its value, but totally aside from putting it on a necklace or keeping it in a vault. There is another group that's also buying up gold tech frames. Gold is one of the best conductors of electricity. This means it's used in small quantities in wiring and electronics, where it's needed for highly specialized purpose. Take a look at the device you are using to watch this video on. Yeah, you guessed it right, it contains gold for sure. It's only used in small quantities, but at the right smart devices are being produced, this use accounts for about 14% of gold, and it's also used in nuclear technology, in satellites and radiation shielding, in medicine and dentistry to coat teeth, and even astronauts' helmet are also coated in thin transparent layer of gold, which reflects heat and the sun glare. Gold also has a sense of mystery. This might seem like a strange one to put it on this list, but stop a moment to think about the most well-known luxury brand in the world that have an attraction about them, almost a sense of magic. Whenever you hear their name, this keeps customers coming back more and more and make investors confident in them. Gold, although it's not a brand, has this wow factor, or maybe we should say it carrots, and it's had it for centuries, since ancient times. It's been used to make items for royalty and religious rituals. You can even read about it on the Bible when we visit palaces or decorated churches. It's all gold that dazzles us more than anything else. Nowadays, the most fashionable brands make the most luxurious pieces out of it. With these associations of nobility, the divine and luxury, it's even placed itself into our way of thinking. Look at the number of impressions, like to be worth your weight in gold, to string gold, to be like a gold dust. It's almost as if gold has its own marketing department that's been working overtime the last 6,000 years. That since the first known gold artifact was used, and all of this means that gold is infused in our mind as one of the most desirable objects imaginable, and this can only add to its high price. Also, the deeply rooted value keeps the demand high, ensuring that gold remains a valuable asset for generations to come. So, next time you admire your gold jewelry, remember that this gold has a world of history. If you like this video, just subscribe, like, share. Bye everyone.